Book 4. The Iliad. Book 4. A quarrel on Olympus. Athena goes down and persuades Pandarus to violate the oaths by wounding Menelaus with an arrow. Agamemnon makes a speech and sends for Machaon. He then goes about among his captains and upbraids Odysseus and Stephanolus, who each of them retort fiercely. Diomed checks Stephanolus, and the two hosts then engage with great slaughter on either side. Now the gods were sitting with Zeus in council upon the golden floor, while Hebe went round, pouring out nectar for them to drink, as they pledged one another in their cups of gold. They looked down up the town of Troy. The son of Cronos then began to tease Hera, talking at her so as to provoke her. Menelaus, said he, has two good friends among the goddesses, Hera of Argos and Athena of Alcmene. But they only sit still and look on, while Aphrodite keeps ever by Paris's side to defend him in any danger. Indeed, she has just rescued him when he made sure that it was all over with him, for the victory really did lie with Menelaus. We must consider what we shall do about all this. Shall we set them fighting anew, or make peace between them? If you will agree to this last, Menelaus can take back Helen, and city of Priam may remain still inhabited. Athena and Hera muttered their discontent, as they sat side by side, hatching mischief for the Trojans. Athena scowled at her father, for she was in a furious passion with him, and said nothing, but Hera could not contain herself. Dread son of Cronos, said she, what praise the meaning of all this? Is my trouble then to go for nothing, and the sweat that I have sweated, to say nothing of my horses, while getting the people together against Priam and his children? Do as you will, but we other gods shall not all of us approve your counsel. Zeus was angry and answered, My dear, what harm have Priam and his sons done you that have you so hotly bent on sacking the city of Ilium? Will nothing do for you, but you must within their walls and eat Priam raw, with his sons and all other Trojans to boot? Have it your own way then, for I would not have this matter become a bone of contention between us. I say further, and lay my saying to your heart, if ever I want to sack a city belonging to friends of yours, you must not try to stop me. You will have let me do, for I am giving it to you solely against my will. Of all inhabited cities under the sun and stars of heaven, there was none that I so much respected as Ilium with Priam and his whole people. Equitable feasts were never wanting about my altar, nor the savor of burning fat, which is honor due to ourselves. My own three favorite cities, answered Hera, are Argos, Sparta, and Mecene. Sack them seven ever. You may be displeased with them, I shall not defend them, and I shall not care. Even if I did, I try to tell you I should not take nothing by it, for you are much stronger than I am. But I will not have my own work wasted. I too am a god, and of the same race with yourself. I am Cronus' eldest daughter, and I am honorable not on his ground only, but also because I am your wife, and you are king over the gods. Let it be a case then of give and take between us, and the rest of the gods will follow our lead. Tell Athena to go and take part in the fight at once, and let her contrive that the Trojans shall be the first to break their oaths and set upon the Achaeans, the sire of gods. And then heeded her words, and said to Athena, and go at once into the Trojan Achaean hosts, and contrive that the Trojans shall be the first to break their oaths and set upon the Achaeans. This was what Athena was already eager to do. So down she darted from the topmost summits of Olympus. She shot through the sky as some brilliant meteor, which the son of scheming Cronos had sent as a sign to mariners, or to some great army. A fiery train of light follows in its wake. The Trojans and Achaeans were struck with awe as they beheld, and one would turn into his neighbor, saying, either we shall again have war and die in combat, or Zeus, the lord of battle, will now make peace between us. Thus did they converse. The Athena took the form of Lacedaemon, son of Antar, and went through the ranks of the Trojans to find Pandarus, the redoubtable son of Lacheon. She found him standing among the stalwart heroes who followed him from the banks of Aesopus. So she went close up to him and said, Brave son of Lacheon, will you do as I tell you? If you dare send an arrow at Menelaus, you will win honor and thanks from all the Trojans, especially from Prince Paris. He would be first to requite you very handsomely if he could see Menelaus, man's funeral pyre, slain by an arrow from your hand. Take your home, aim then, and pray to Lacheon of Apollo, the famous archer. Vow that when you get home to your strong city of Zelia, you will offer a hecatomb of firstling lambs in his honor. His fool's heart was persuaded, and took his bow from its case. His bow was made from the horns of a wild ibex, which he had killed as it was bounding from a rock. He had stalked it, and had fallen as the arrow struck it to the heart. Its horns were 16 palms long, and a worker it had worn had made them in a bow, smoothing them well down, giving them tips of gold. When Pandarus had strung his bow, he laid it carefully on the ground, and brave followers held their shields before him, lest the Achaeans should set him before he had shot Menelaus. Then he opened the lid of his quiver, and took out a winged arrow that had not yet been shot, fraught with the pangs of death. He laid the arrow on a string, and prayed to Lycion, Apollo, the famous archer, vowing that when he got home to strong city of Zelia, he would offer a hecatomb of firstling lambs in his honor. He laid the notch of the arrow on the ox-hide bowstring, and drew both notch and string to his breast till the arrowhead was near the bow. When the bow was arched in half circle, he let it fly, the bow twanged, and the string sang, as the arrow flew blithely on over the heads of the throng. But the blessed gods did not forget thee, O Menelaus, and Zeus' daughter, driving of the spoil, was the first to stand before thee, and ward off the piercing arrow. She turned it from the skin as a mother whisked fly off from child. When it sleeping sweetly, she guided it to power from the golden buckles of the belt that passed over the double cuirass were fastened, so the arrow struck the belt that was tightly round him. It went right through the cuirass of the cunning workmanship. It also pierced the belt beneath it. When he wore next his skin to keep out darts or arrows, it was at certain more best speed. Nevertheless, the arrow went through it and grazed the top of the skin, so that the blood began flowing from the wound. As when women of Meona or Caria strains purple dye onto a piece of ivory, this is to be the check piece of horse, and is laid up in treasury house. Many a knight is famed to perish, but the king keeps it as an ornament, of which horse and driver may be proud. Even so, O Menelaus, when your shapely thighs and legs down to your fair ankles stained with blood, when King Agamemnon saw the blood flowing from the wound, he was afraid. So was brave Menelaus himself, till he saw the barbs of the arrow and the thread that bound the arrowhead to the shaft were still outside the wound. Then he took heart, and Agamemnon heaved a deep sigh as he held Menelaus' hand in his own, and comrades made moan in concert. Dear brother, he cried, I have been the death of you in pledging this covenant and letting you come forward out as your champion. The Trojans have trampled on their oaths and have wounded you. Nevertheless, the oath of the blood of lambs, the drink offerings in the right hands of the fellowship in which we have put our trust shall not be vain. If he that rules Olympus fulfill it not here and now, he will yet fulfill it hereafter, and they shall pay dearly with their lives and with their wives and children. The day will surely come of mighty shall Ilium be laid low with Priam and Priam's people, with the son of Cronos from the high throne shall overshadow them with the awful aegis.